What up, squad? I'm just posting the link over to the socials, and then we'll get rolling here. Test some yo-yos, huh? We gotta test some yo-yos, and we got a boatload of these to build. How's the music level? If I can find where to post those. I'm annoying, I know. My mom told me all the time. Live on the YouTube interwebs, we got a whole bunch of grunts to test. Stop by if you're bored or something like that. Okay. One more spot to post up. No, 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 no. Dun-dun-dun. Oh, you know what I want to do, chat? Can you guys hold down a fort? I gotta go get a fresh string. Oh, we got commercials in our music? Come on now. So check this. I got some of that fresh zip line. I ordered it. Didn't even get it for free. Not a sponsored post. Oh, crud. What was that? So, I've got the zip line and I've got the Arctic air tick. We'll see what we think. What up, Mikey T? What are we going to talk about? You like the string? String don't like me. Feels a little bit thinner. Spikes are sharp. Don't cut yourself on the grunt. They're like sharp, but they're the right amount of sharp. They're exactly what I want. So I'm gonna test for a while with AirTick and then, or the zip line, and then we'll switch over. Let's check how the camera's looking today. Skyline 3, I don't know. Is the Skyline 3 kind of old? I played a lot of the old stuff when I was developing Diamond Blend. Ooh, it's quick. You guys remember spool thread? That was actually my favorite of the nylons. When will Diamond Blend come back? Next time I get a zipline restock, I usually get a restock every other month. And then depending on how many yo-yos I've released, depends on how many go into 3-packs. He makes me 500 strings every 2 months. And that maxes out his volume that I can get. I will be skipping this ad. Thank you very much. So Diamond Blend, the last, I don't know, 4 months? Last couple restocks just flew right away off the shelf. So it's getting to the point where it's actually, it's tough. Because now I'm shipping it with the, when I ship it with the yo-yos, people want it, and now it's getting a little bit too hard to find, which is, can be frustrating because then you can't consistently have the same string. So, I don't know. I need like a backup option. But he only has so much time he could dedicate to me. I don't think I played the Skyline 3. What was the yellow? It just bulk, like Alpha Line or whatever Zipline has as their bulk string. I send that out with anything that kind of goes out that's not a store release. Or if it, like, I'll send it out with the, probably like the loadout pre-orders. Wraith pre-orders probably as well. I'm not sure fully. I don't know if I can get enough Diamond Blend in for the Wraith pre-orders. Okay, this is a glitch Rooney. Let's clean this desk up some, huh? He did send me a different string too, like a 121 point W or white or wide, I don't know. You ever want to summon Matt, you just say glitch 3 times in mirror. It's like that old Bloody Mary trick. Problem with this metal is like I can't play to something this fast. You kind of get yourself caught up playing to the music. What up, Ryan? Alright, we're gonna get something else. I can't deal with these ads, huh? What kind of jams you guys want? Twitch used to let me do just straight up royalty free. These guys, not the case, huh? Not these YouTubers, alphabeters. This is 1 hour long. That's about how long we have. Alright, I've tried this one. We're gonna switch this over to the actual AirTech now and see how I feel. Any difference? We're having terrific. Oh, it's definitely softer. Definitely stretchier. We're having a great G2's day. I believe they're nylon. These are AirTech, and then the Zipline remakes of the AirTech is the one I just tried. These are the actual AirTech. Good morning. What's up, Brandon? Wow. That's absolutely incredible. So, I went with the perch method, which is something Mike Marshall taught us in the club meet. So you kind of round your finger like this, you lock the finger into the IRG, and it rotates. But then I hit the little spike, the sharp little spike. I hit that right on the fingernail, and it just locked in, and there was like no friction. That was Big Mike's technique, but that will put a hole in the top of your finger. It's got to be on the nail then. Ryan in here, like them kids saying to do the DNA, except for he says do the bellhops. Problem with bellhops is I don't practice bellhops except for when Brian asks, so then I don't really remember it, and it gets tangled. Oh, that's Glassy. Glassy Sassy. That's my middle name. Boom. And I think you keep the string nice and tight. And then you gotta pop it quickly. Is this how you do a little ladder? Hey, a heart. Well, it was a heart. So the actual AirTech string a little bit looser, a little bit softer. And it actually doesn't quite hold the tension as well as the new stuff from Zipline. I think that's just because the Zipline's wound a little bit tighter. Boom. Boom. Little Pac-Man action. Waka waka waka. See, I like to do the perch until I pull the yo-yo over and the spike on the finger. Sizing wise, the Grunt is a smaller yo-yo. You're gonna see here. I'll show you. It's in the Decade class, but it's a lot wider, so it doesn't quite feel small because of how wide it is. I can't even do DNA that well because I spin the yo-yo the opposite way from my finger spins. So I gotta get lucky. That was rough. That was an embarrassing go all around right there. But so when you wrap it when it's rotating that way, it doesn't quite work right. And then when I throw it this way, I can't get the finger spin correctly. And then I just don't really care to practice very much. I'd rather do these same 4 tricks. Na 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 na. We do get another bad batcher? Na 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 na. What up, Bradley? Mr. Mediocre himself? Man, we're on a bad streak here. We gotta... Something's gotta happen here. Alright, let's put this back. Let's go back to the zipline version. I need a respawn shirt. The respawn shirt, I don't know if you were around then. The respawn shirt was actually awesome. The Area 51 respawn shirt. That was some of the coolest merch we've done. It had this on the back. I don't remember what was on the front, but this was the back. This wasn't on it, but the Storm Area 51, whatever day that was, the meme that everybody was going to storm Area 51. It was awesome. It was black too. Honestly, I like the shirt so much. That's like one that maybe I could do a rerun and just put a website for the background next time. So I have a minimum when I get the shirt, so I have to order something extra. I'll order those next time. You know, I know what the front was. The front was just the word mark G squared yo-yos, the line that said G squared yo-yos. I like the zipline air tick better. It's tighter wound, doesn't get as the tension stays better. The actual air tick's a little softer, but overall I like the zipline version better. Let's see if it wants to cooperate here. Yeah, see, it held its own better. Any Rawls coming for custom soon? There'll be some, nothing for a little bit. I have some soys coming. But that's about it. Oh, Grunts will be there. Not for this batch, not for a little while until I get some released to the store first. What else do I have? I've got carbines. I've got a couple B-22s, AL7, but I won't put those in the customs anymore because we have vibe issues with the AL7. Yeah, so not a lot of custom options right now. So Brad, you're kind of out of luck since you only do the one colorway. It's not too small that it's like a undersize, but it's not quite a full size. I don't know. I really like the size of the Grunt. It really fits the name and profile I was going for. Overall, really fills a nice hole in the G2 lineup. I think it'll fill a hole in your collection. So that's why we make it. It's not going to compete with anything specifically that you're already enjoying. It's going to try and niche out another spot for you to enjoy something a little different. Good morning. Yeah, raw soys for the customs. Those won't be anodized by me for a release or anything. Those will stick with the just customs. How's the thickness on the zipline? It's a little thinner, and I think it's just because it's wound a little tighter. This one over here that I'm showing you right now, that is the zipline. This one is a little brighter. This right here, this is the air deck. You can see it's a little looser, maybe a hair thicker, but this is just wound tighter and better overall, in my opinion. For my playstyle, for what I like, the zipline is better. So you can't really request custom soys. I just ordered them to make them available for people that are getting customs. Um, I do both. I have actually. I don't think I have AL7 responses that are raw. I think I just have both versions, the regular and the light. But no, just for another option available for the customs. I don't know where I went for that. Filling your hole since 2012. Well, it took a while to get there. The only issue, so I've got one more batch of customs that I'll probably be contacting next week, maybe late this week. It just depends. And then after that batch comes in, that'll probably align when the soys will make it here. So when we restart the new sign-up sheet, that's probably when soys will become available. We are doing okay. Nothing terrible happened this morning. Usually something, at least like one terrible thing will happen every morning when you got 3 kids, you're ready for school. But yeah, nothing terrible happened. Nobody died, so good. Depending on how these glitches go, that will most likely depend on how my day goes. Is the AL7B22 going to get a redesign? No, the design is okay. It's just iffy on the customs. It needs multiple parts for whatever reason to switch with to find smooth halves, so it just becomes a little bit too difficult with the customs. But if I run something with 20 pieces, usually I can get a majority of them to have a set that is smooth. Okay, so now here is the second issue. I went through and I put these all together based on their speckle patterns. Because I don't know exactly how this was set up, but you'll see that some of the speckles, I didn't necessarily want this one to be with this one because the speckle changes. So I originally had these two matched up, but then they had a little bit of vibe. So it's kind of a, we have a little bit of extra issue here. Because I don't want the parts to be too far off of speckle size. There will be some difference, but I'd like them to be semi-close. Does that make sense? I don't know. I like to try and match up the halves so that you have a little bit more consistent yo-yo. What month is the Grunt for? The Grunt is for the December shipment, so we're about a week late on the shipment. It's always a month behind, so it'll ship out the end of the month following. So these are December, so they should ship out at the end of January. Okay, let's just flip these all over, and we will just test the ones that I think are close enough. What color is that? It is the Shadow Stone, so with a gray base with black and clear speckles. That was stupid. I can't hear over my headphones. It's kind of like when Willy Wonka puts it into the, what do you call it? And you become, it's like the shrink array or whatever, and you become the little specks. So, look. I know. Next level thinking. As you notice, we went with some new speckle nano. So we match it up with the logo, little new speckle logo. It's not going to be all speckles across the board, but just for this initial drop. Sometimes the things I do make sense, sometimes don't. Hey, see you, John. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the tip 5 days ago. I don't know if you tipped maybe in a live stream that was after the fact. Or maybe I just missed it because I don't have alerts during the live stream. I don't know. But I appreciate it no matter what. It was after the fact. I got you. Well, thank you. I had the alerts on Twitch. I have that. You were the first hit I think I've ever gotten on YouTube. What's that thing called on Willy Wonka? Anybody know it? It's the old original one, shrink ray. The makes it put you into X-ray particles. Ionizer. Wonka Vision. Thank you. Wonka Vision. I can't do Yuki Slack. I'm a fake yo-yoer. I tried to learn Yuki Slack probably, holy cow, before G2, 2010. And I tried for a little bit, maybe a couple days, and then I haven't tried since. Probably when I should learn. But I should probably learn to master DNA first. Then I can open up a TikTok. I'll do a DNA with every color before the drop. That one that you saw had a loose bearing seed, and that's why it vibes. I wish I could get like a perfect bearing seed size though. That would be nice. Too loose, you vibe. Too tight, you gotta have the pliers, but what are you gonna do? Good. Let me see if I give you a tip. Okay, dead yo-yo. So, I just go throw hand pointer, I put it on there, and just full on force, pushing down. I go, it's not just a push down. I push and pull both ways. So, and then it's just a hard bind. And a lot of the time I won't get it all the way back up, and that's why you see me do the regen a lot, because it's coming up loose. So I'll adjust and whip it down for a hard bind. But really, you just gotta, as Soldier Boy would say, Superman at hoe. I think that's what he says anyways. Ooh, this looks really good spinning. This is the first time I've seen it spinning. You guys are witnessing it with me. I like it because it has a lot more purple. Sometimes the Arkham can get too dark, but this looks really good. Oh, yeah. It's got a little hint, so we're going to put in the glitch pile for incoming that. I don't like where this is headed. Hmm. Come on, Matt, enlighten us. The only kind of drama I get these days is Yo-Yo Expert. And Brandon said he won't post on there anymore. Like I said, Brandon said he won't post there anymore. Alright, Chad, come on. We're 0 for 5. Come on. Good thing I assembled all these. I'm surprised you ordered from them. Not only has every single one been glitched so far, but now got a bind knot. John with the 5 bomb. I'll be here all day if John's in here. Thanks, John. That's 2 cups of coffee. That's my whole weekend covered. I save the coffee shop for the weekend. I go homebrew until the weekend. I treat myself. Wow, we got another glitch though. We got a real problem with these Arkham Speckles. Andre hates my guys? I don't think Andre hates your guys. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure Andre likes your money. There is a loud click on Yo-Yo Expert, and that can be a real issue, depending on what continues. But Yo-Yo Expert isn't a place for free speech. It's a board of a business, so... We got one! Let's go! First A grade right here. Put it down in the museum. The first Arkham Speckle A grade. Hey chat, you guys want to brainstorm an idea with me? What's the difference between a super chat and a... Oh, I think that maybe my alert's just coming through. Nice. Thanks, John. The first super chat on a live stream. I don't know where I was going, but oh, discuss something. So, I am trying to set up a rental service, a library. I think rental service works out a little bit better. There'll be a small fee on the rental in the Discord. The hardest part I'm struggling with is the deposit aspect, because I don't want the deposit to be so high that a lot of people can't participate. But then if I make the deposit too low, do people just steal the yo-yos? Do I skip a deposit altogether? Or does that become definitely people steal the yo-yos? Right now I'm leaning towards, this is the rental fee, $10. That includes the shipment to you. You'll have to pay to ship the yo-yo back. So all in all, you're going to rent a yo-yo for $15-ish. And I'm thinking a $50 deposit while you have the yo-yo out. You have to send me tracking of the return item within 21 days of me sending the yo-yo. And that's currently where I'm sitting. To be able to join the rental program, you'll have to have your Discord name. You'll have to give me your real name to sign up. So if you end up stealing a yo-yo, I'll probably get you banned from the Facebook buy sell trade and probably Yo-Yo Expert. I kind of don't want to have the deposit at all, but that's where we're at. I think the deposit might be necessary. I'm not sure. What will happen if you ding it? It's like a library book. It's we'll figure out the best course of action as we go, but a ding is fine as long as the yo-yo still works. I haven't quite gotten that far into it to think what happens if somebody dings it or loses it or ruins it. Like, actually ruins it, right? Brennan, so this is the small rental fee is kind of just a like, you know, it's an extra couple bucks so that you actually want to try the yo-yo. I want it to be as low as possible so people get a chance to try things, and then that rental fee, I think I'm also going to try to have some non-G2 models. I don't know, that kind of makes sense, kind of doesn't. It doesn't make sense for a G2 business model. Like, you want people just to be able to rent G2s to try them and see if they want to buy them. But as far as just growing the community around G2, it makes sense to have some other options as well to try them, just as faith community growth. I guess my thought is they're going to want to try 8 of them. You know what I mean? All right. I think we did it. Let's give it a hard one. Psych. If you guys are curious, we've got 1 A grade out of 1 A grade, 2, 3, 12 did not pass, so we're going to start half swapping these right now. What's up, McKenna? My biggest worry is a lot of this stuff is stuff I won't be able to replace necessarily. So, like, I've got an extra Valhalla here. It's going to go into the rental club. I don't have any more runs of Valhalla. Just my personal collection. So if I wanted to replace it for the rental club, I would have to go buy one. No, just after Anno. If you put a bearing on a raw bearing seat and test it and then take the bearing off, you're more likely to damage it. And if I tested them before Anno, they would probably cost $200 because of the amount of time I have to put in. But it would save money. You wouldn't get the B grades anodized, I guess. No, so if you rent one and then you want to keep it, I don't think that's going to be available. Because a lot of this is stuff that I don't have available to sell you, to replace for the rental club. So it would just be kind of like you like it and then you go find one to buy, I guess. So it's not like a directly business savvy idea. It's more of a community building and hopefully G2 fandom building that leads to customers in the long run. It's not a direct. I mean, it won't be a direct loss for the business, but it's not an income. It's not a revenue stream for the business. If you think about it on that sense. But yeah, if you rented one and then wanted to keep it, that would make sense if I had stuff of it in stock. Sounds like working for free. A lot of what made G2 special and makes G2 special is working for free, right? Building that a community and things that people can enjoy for free is, and then hopefully in return you get customers, but it's not a direct relationship. Everyone's gonna want to keep it. Dang it. So I guess it's more library than rental club. Let's go. Thank you. I thought about putting stuff that hasn't released also into the library or prototypes into the library too. I'm worried that the $100 rental fee makes it a service that isn't used. I mean, the rental fee is something that I could definitely change if something doesn't work. And then each one will have a. I don't have them yet. Maybe I should order them specifically. You remember those punch cards that used to have, and you would put the date, and it would be your name and who rented the library book. So I was gonna put in like those G2 notebooks. I need a restock of them. But then it would just be like, who I shipped it to, Alex Wiggs, 1-1 of 24, whatever, 2-15 of 24, returned, and then who it went to next, and you can see everybody that rented out that yo-yo. That's an interesting idea. No deposit until somebody steals one, and then we enforce the deposit? We're doing pretty good. I was doing a lot better about 15 minutes ago. The Shadowstone grunts tested wonderfully. The Arkham speckles are not. And so, like, this goes along with, like, these are all machined in the same batch. So, uh, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason I could tell you why. Say I'm on the edge about buying a grunt. You owner be like, here, rent one for 100. This is what they're gonna be on the BST anyways. Um, but go back, rethink. We're going back to library method. Library, not rental. This is a public service. I could even go no rental fee if you're on Patreon because I'm more likely know that you're less likely to just walk away with the yo-yo. Hmm. Just the trust factor doesn't. I don't know. That doesn't sound too bad to me until we have one stolen. But I'm maybe too trusting of an individual. Well, the $10. So what will happen if you're in the States? You're going to send $10 to the PayPal, goods and services. That's going to cover your shipping, and basically there's going to be like a $4 profit on my end, for lending you the yo-yo, and then you'll ship it back. And I mean, by the time I do the admin part of a $10 transaction for the $4 profit, it's not really worth it. I mean, I have a really good track record with the community, and that's why I'm pretty trusting. I really only have like 2 bad instances. Oh, I think that they would go into it just hoping to find one then on the BST. So on Patreon, I actually don't have any of the information. It all goes to Patreon. I don't even get the funds until the month. Well, no, Mike. Actually, while you're in there, what was actually said from 10 years ago? It was deleted before I saw it today, so I don't actually know what that person was complaining about. Na, 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 na. I've done pretty good for the most part to be a pretty reasonable person. Didn't stay out of most drama. Or if I'm in it, I have a pretty sound case to my side. You probably miss it like when the G2 swirl was a big thing when I was doing a lot of swirls when that anodizer was really able to pump them out for me. A couple brands tried to copy it, so I was vocal about being annoyed that they tried to copy it. And for the most part, G2 fans understood, like, and they were annoyed as well, but I don't know if it was just because it could hurt their resale value. But I was annoyed because they didn't try to change it anyway, and people were saying, "Oh, it's just like Splash. You didn't invent the Splash." And no, I didn't. And I didn't want swirls to get to the point like it was like a Splash that everybody was just doing swirls. So my whole point behind that was, no, I can't own the swirl, but I think if somebody's going to go through the time to copy it, put your own twist on it. The way Monkey Finger started doing the spirals with the drips, they put their own twist on it. It's perfect. That's the way it should be. You take your twist on something that you got inspiration from. That was probably the biggest area of drama I was in the yo-yo world. But yeah, people won't see that side because a lot of times people have never created something and then had somebody copy it in a way that it could take away from your business or livelihood or whatever. It's the same reason that people make knockoffs and some customers don't care and some do. They have no relation to the brand. They want basically almost the same, a very similar product for whatever half the price. Man, these Arkham Speckles are really throwing a wrench in my plans. I'm gonna have to go here shortly. Probably have to hop back on tomorrow with Oakland and finish. Our hour-long video has ended. I saw the RSO versus Jordan stuff. I thought it was weird he would go out of his way and publish all of that, but I also don't fully know the backstory on the start of RSO. I know that they've done collabs and a lot of. I don't know. I don't know if does RSO have anything that's also just their own design, or is it all based on older designs, um, like either remade or a titanium version? I don't know if it was true or not that the original start of RSO making a titanium grail was because Jensen said no, that they weren't doing it, or I don't know if that's all rumor or not. So I mean, it kind of stinks if there's no permission granted. Sure, you can give credit to the old runs, but is there permission granted from the owner? I mean, I'm kind of specifically in a spot that I made the punchline encore after getting permission from the owner, and then working with the player, then having everything made, and then going back and not releasing the art because the previous owner didn't like it. So I'm kind of on the opposite side of that, where I got permission, got everything made, spent the money, and then we didn't end up using it because the owner backed out on it. I think the Ty Walker had such a customer base. I don't know if he usually taps into yo-yos that have a big following. So did everybody that had a Ty Walker want a burger? I don't know. Or maybe he just is reinventing or adjusting yo-yos that he liked in his past, which is also fine too. It's kind of it's iffy on. Um, you don't really need permission. Should you get permission? I don't. That's up to how your brand. You don't have to have it. But I don't know the ins and outs, so that's somebody else is probably better versed in what happened there. Pop. You guys liking the new packaging better? I know some of you complained a little bit until you saw it in person. I do wish I could customize the tops with stickers, but the stickers are honestly a pain in the butt. I would like to just print the entire box, but I can't do the small quantities. John digs it. Oh, I've got to turn off the commercial. I'm sorry. Ooh! Been a while since I felt a glass one like that. feel like I'm watching a Dr. Disrespect stream right here. I really like the Grunt artwork as well. Wonka Vision. Top tier. I'm really curious to see how the Grunt shirt looks. Since it's not gonna be the WandaVision colors. So I'm curious to see how it's gonna look in one color. And then I'm curious, you guys are gonna like the rest of the packaging, so I'm excited for you to open them up. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm gonna let you open them up on Melee, but yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it. No more spoilers. What's up, Anthony? Yeah, the Grunt is only going to be available through Patreon initially. There will be store drops in due time. We've got 3 colors originally, so all the extras will be over there. We are going to implement the free members being able to possibly get one on this first drop. It just depends on if there's any extras left over after the paid members get theirs of the extras. Trying to implement the free users as much as possible over there, while still maintaining enough value for the paid members. You'll see that they get first dibs, and they'll have a larger discount you'll see on the pricing when they're listed. Oops, that's not what I'm going to do there. So that first tray, the entire thing except for one, was a glitch, and now the second tray is doing so much better. Will G2 be at Worlds this year? We're like 50-50 for being able to come for one day. Definitely won't have a booth or anything. Just like a booths for small vendors, unless the pricing changes are never worth it, unfortunately. And then timing-wise is it's right on my son's birthday, so unless he wants to go to a yo-yo contest for his birthday, I'll probably just be a half-dayer if it works out, maybe finals day. There's a little bit of luck on the half swapping, Brandon, but not a lot. Matt, do you work better watching somebody else work? Just kidding, but really. Um, so they're not trash grades. So they are they're very close. You know what I mean? How do I say this nicely? They're good, but they're not G2. They're not good enough for me. But we're getting there. I actually don't think any of these half swaps would go very well together. But I also don't think many half swaps go well together. Ooh. Actually not. Matt, do you do your schoolwork at work? Two. First of the month? Or since the first of the year? What happened there? You hate to see whatever that is. I don't think so, though. I don't think that goes. You think that vibes? That ain't it. Like, if I was gonna do a half swap, let's just take this one for example. We got the Arkham Speckle. Purple, black, acid wash, green speckle. The other half, I would want to go black, green, acid wash, purple speckle. Solid colors I can get when it's like a dual tone, they're close, or even like contrasting, complementary. Like solid color half swaps, okay, go for it. But they're and then even like Tori has the. I'm kind of going backtracking. I'm a flip flopper. Tori has the Nebula and Interstellar. I kind of like that. It's the same theme except for one's got a purple base, one's got a blue base. Oh, Axel not. I'm a professional yo-yoer. I got 3 minutes, guys. I gotta go at 11:55. And I got a knot in my string. Nope. Alright, we're just gonna move those over. Those are the glitches we need to work on still. We got at least a good amount here. We'll worry about the glaciers a little later. Ah, feels good. Yo-yoing hurts my back. Being a dad hurts my back. Life hurts my back. Shall we continue? Hey, see you, man. I'm going to. Chat, thanks for stopping by. I hope you had a good time. John, thank you for the super chat. You the man. First one ever on the live stream. Moonsy, I apologize. We're just getting off. I know you just joined, but I gotta go. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll be back, whether it's later today or tomorrow to test the rest. I'll try my best to do that for you. Let's go rock out. We got 100 push-ups to do, right? Get your push-ups in, get your squats in. Throwers Fitness. Catch you on the flip side.